Hello viewers, I'm Rinki Gogoi and you're watching Nltv News Now. Let's begin with the headlines. NSCN-IM hits out at Nagaland State Minister Temjun along for his remarks on the Naga political issue during the budget session of the Nagaland Assembly. The organization wants the minister not to fiddle with the Naga flag and constitution for a political gimmick. Do not fiddle with Naga flag and constitution, NSCN-IM wants Imna along. NSCN-IM once again reiterates its firm stand on separate Naga flag and constitution. During presidential speech at the Tatar Hoho budget session of GPRN, Q Tuku calls upon Nagas to defend their political identity symbolized by the Naga flag and constitution. Core Committee on Naga political issue planning to meet the Union Home Minister to ascertain Union government's latest position about the issue. Leader of the NPF Legislature Party and UDA Chairman T.R. Zeliang informs meeting with the Naga political groups including the NSCN-IM will be followed to settle the differences. Yogi Adityanath is all set to take oath as the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh for a second term on Friday. Notably, Yogi Adityanath will take the oath as the Chief Minister at 4 p.m. at Lucknow's Ekana Stadium in presence of Union Home Minister Amit Shah and Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. India abstains from voting on the resolution tabled by war-torn Ukraine on the humanitarian consequences of the aggression by Russia. The United Nations General Assembly on Thursday adopts the with 140 votes in favor, 5 against it and 38 abstentions. Now the news in details. The NSCN-IM on Thursday criticized Nagaland State Minister Temjun along for his remarks on the Naga political issue during the budget session of the Nagaland Legislative Assembly. The press statement issued by the Ministry of Information and Publicity on Thursday called Along's utterances on Naga flag and constitution insensible and recklessly immature, and it has put the state BJP chief in hot glare of the Naga people. Further hitting out at Along, the organization said that the remarks made by Along only exposed his insensitivity to the reality of the Naga history and the political identity as a nation and as a people. Questioning Along's stature, the statement said Along is very new in terms of politics and is trying to make his presence felt by madly dancing to the anti-Naga tune, which is played by the BJP and the RSS. NSCN-IM also said that Along is unaware of Naga history and facts. It said that even before Along was thousands of Naga people have attained martyrdom, defending the legitimate historical and political rights of the Nagas as symbolized by the Naga flag and the constitution. In a stern message, NSCN-IM asked Along not to fiddle with the Naga flag and the constitution that is too big for his size. The Naga flag and the constitution are something too big for his flamboyant political gamble. The Tatar Hoho budget session of the Government of the People's Republic of Nagaland was held on the 23rd March 2022 at the Council headquarters in Hebron. During the budget session, President Q Tuku in his presidential speech reiterated that the stand of the NSCN firm on Naga national flag and the constitution. In his speech, Tuku said that the ongoing Indo-Naga political talks that has entered a critical stage is being watched with much curiosity by the people around the world because it does matter how the Naga people rise up to the occasion to defend their political identity as symbolized by the Naga national flag and the constitution called as Yezabo. He further said that Nagas can't afford to waver in this crucial stage and have to stand unfazed amid any sort of pressure and heat. He also called upon the NSCN members to exercise revolutionary responsibility to forbear any hardships which may come their way. Leader of the NPF Legislature Party and the chairman of the UDA government, T.R. Zeliang, informed that after the assembly sessions, the core committee plans on having a meeting with the Union Home Minister to confirm Government of India's stand on the Naga political issue. After the meeting, the Naga political groups, including the NSCN-IM, will set to settle confusions between the NSCN-IM and the Government of India. He also clarified that the central leaders were not meeting for any developmental packages or other purposes, but to know Government of India's stand on the Naga issue. He further stated that the coming together and forming of the 60 MLAs was done on the request of the 7 NNPGs and the NSCN-IM. Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated Nagaland for hosting the South Asian Cross Country Championship and the 56th National Cross Country Championships under the aegis of the South Asian Athletics Federation and the Athletics Federation of India. According to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the South Asian Cross Country Championships and the 56th National Cross Country Championships is an opportunity for national and international athletes to engage in healthy competition as well as to learn about each other's nation, society, culture and customs, and will also strengthen bonds of friendship and brotherhood among sports persons. Notably, the Prime Minister said that sports are integral aspects of personality development and that it helps in developing physical endurance and mental toughness and inculcates qualities of sportsmanship, team spirit, discipline and hard work among youngsters. According to the release, Modi also said that the central government is trying to take sports in India to the pinnacle of success by recognizing the talents all across the country and giving them all the necessary support for increasing the sports budget to enhancing encouragement and awards given to the players. A capacity building program has commenced on Thursday at the Bioorganic Quality Control Laboratory in Dimapur with Minister V. Kashiho Sangtam as the chief guest on the inaugural day. Notably, it is a 3-day program for professionals from Nagaland's agriculture and allied departments. It may be mentioned that the 3-day capacity building training program on mother culture maintenance, mass production and storage of biofertilizers for promotion of organic farming in Northeast India is being organized by the College of Postgraduate Students in Agriculture Science, Central Agricultural University, Impal, UMIAM in Meghalaya. On the other hand, a dental camp at Government Primary School Santam Ward in Mon was held on Thursday in continuation of the World Oral Health Day. A total of 185 students were screened and minor procedures like extractions were done on 30 students. Notably, the dental camp was conducted by junior dental specialist Dr. Nltv and junior dental surgeon Dr. Nltv. Furthermore, toothpaste and toothbrushes were also distributed among the students and staffs, and toothbrushing techniques as well as maintenance of oral hygiene were also instructed during the camp. The Nagaland State Disaster Management Authority Home Department, in coordination with Regional Meteorological Center Guwahati on Thursday, issued weather updates for the coming days in the state. Notably, in the coming days, Nagaland will experience light to heavy rainfall, which is expected to be fairly widespread. Meanwhile, the weather may be partly cloudy with light rainfall activities during the 26th and the 27th of March all over the state. Furthermore, thunderstorm accompanied with lightning and gusty winds is also very likely to occur in certain pockets in the districts of Peren, Dimapur, Kohima, Wokha, Mokokchung, Mon and Longlang during the period. It may also be mentioned that during this time, the minimum and maximum temperature of the state will vary between 9 degrees Celsius and 32 degrees Celsius respectively. NSDMA Home Department, through the press release, urged the public to exercise caution to avoid any eventualities during the period. NSDMA has also requested all the DDMAs and other line departments who are responsible to attend any emergencies caused by the natural calamities and to be on alert to save lives and properties during the monsoon period. On a good note, an ATM booth was inaugurated at the SBI Bank premises in Pungro town in Kiperi by Additional Deputy Commissioner Pungro Momo Tungoi on Thursday. Tungoi, speaking on the occasion, stated that the ATM was a long-felt need of the area, and with its installation it will make banking more convenient for the people of the subdivision. The ADC further expressed gratitude to SBI officials, NGOs and all concerned who made it possible. Meanwhile, the SBI branch manager Imtitoshi Imsong urged the people of area to develop a sense of ownership to take care of it and make the best use of the machine. A tabletop exercise for mock drill on earthquake was held at DC's conference hall in Longlang on Thursday under the chairperson of EAC Longlang, Pichano Kikon. Furthermore, briefing on the tabletop exercise and mock drill, Nodal Officer for Disaster Management Longlang, Tejanguli Zhao, highlighted the tabletop exercise is a discussion and preparedness to conduct mock drill the next day. Briefing on incident response system, he said it is a very important structure assigning the roles and the responsibilities of every government agencies to play their respective roles and not to create confusions if actual disaster happens in the future. He stated that IRS is a very flexible system which can be changed or rearranged depending on the needs and the situation of the district. He urged the gathering to come forward and take part in the tabletop exercise and discussions and play their respective roles and responsibilities accordingly during the mock drill exercise. Assam Agricultural Minister Atul Bora on Thursday said that the state government has decided to move to the Supreme Court regarding the re-verification of the National Register of Citizens published in August 2019. The decision was made during a joint meeting between the All Assam Students Union and other indigenous organizations rejecting the list of the NRC. The advisor of ASU, Samujal Bhattacharya, said that many illegal Bangladeshi people's names were included in the NRC list and demanded a free illegal Bangladeshi free NRC.
नहीं, आसू चाहता है रीवेरिफिकेशन हो जाए इसका, और हम भी चाहता है, असम गवर्नमेंट भी चाहता है रीवेरिफिकेशन हो जाए। तो इसलिए हम 2 दिन पहले जो यहाँ पे जो बैठक हुआ था, उस बैठक में हम डिसीजन लिया कि गवर्नमेंट का साइड से एफिडेविट करेंगे। सरकार खुश नहीं है, सरकार खुशी नहीं है, गवर्नमेंट खुशी नहीं है, हम खुशी नहीं है। तो इसलिए ये एफिडेविट, फिर एफिडेविट रीवेरिफिकेशन के लिए हम लोग सोच रहे हैं।
We were all involved in the updating process of NRC, because NRC was updated as per Assam Accord and it was monitored by the Supreme Court of India. ASU and 30 ethnic organizations, we are actively involved in the whole process because we need a Bangladeshi, illegal Bangladeshi's name-free correct NRC. But when we have seen the result, we are not happy. Some fault is there because of the non-implementation of the directive of the Supreme Court of India. We are having this defective NRC. So immediately we have filed a petition in the Honorable Supreme Court to have a re-verification on this NRC so that we can have a illegal foreigners name-free correct NRC.
Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma has said that the issue of the peace talks between the banned militant outfit HNLC would be taken up during his meeting with Union Home Minister Amit Shah in New Delhi on March 29. The Meghalaya Chief Minister informed that the matter would be discussed at an unofficial level. It may also be mentioned that the Assam Chief Minister Hemanta Biswa Sarma too joined Conrad Sangma in New Delhi on March 29 meeting with Union Home Minister Amit Shah to sign an agreement to resolve the border disputes between the two states. Meanwhile, Conrad Sangma said that the talks with the HNLC is a complex issue that would require many meetings and discussions to reach a conclusion. Sangma further added that the talks does not necessarily mean that a conclusion will be arrived in every meeting. Notably, former bureaucrat Peter S. Dakar has been appointed as the interlocutor for the HNLC peace talks. The Border Security Force on Thursday recovered a large cache of ammunition in Meghalaya's southwest hill, Khasi Hills district. Acting on a tip-off, troops of 193 Battalion BSF in a joint operation with the Meghalaya police launched a search operation in the dense forest area along a brook in the Gumaghat area that flows from India to Bangladesh and recovered a huge cache of ammunition hidden in a gravity cavity surrounded by limestone. The cache of ammunition was found wrapped in a white-colored sack which contained 92 rounds of 5.56 mm, 129 rounds of 7.62 mm, and 160 rounds of 9 mm. Notably, in the past, such cache were recovered by BSF in the nearby area, which was probably used by insurgent groups for extortion purposes and other illegal activities. The place of occurrence is located approximately 900 meters inside India from the international border, and the recovered ammunition was handed over to Gumaghat police station for further disposal, and FIR has been lodged. Yogi Adityanath is all set to take oath as Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh for a second term on Friday. Notably, Yogi Adityanath will take the oath as the Chief Minister at 4 p.m. at Lucknow's Ekana Stadium. It may be mentioned that the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Amit Shah and BJP-ruled states' chief ministers and senior leaders are also to be present during the oath-taking ceremony. It is to be mentioned that BJP won a decisive majority in the Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections with 255 seats in its kitty. The Yogi Adityanath-led party was well past the required mark of 202 to win the right to lead the 403-seat assembly. Union Law and Justice Minister Kiren Rijiju on Wednesday condemned the statement of Shiv Sena leader Sanjay Raut on central government misusing central agencies and said that such statements incites violence to undermine authorities. Raut earlier said that the central government cannot suppress sentiments of Maharashtra and Shiv Sena by using central agencies to unleash terror. He added that Shiv Sena will expose their vendetta politics across the state. Kolkata High Court is scheduled to pronounce the Birbhum arson case order on Friday. The Birbhum arson case has created a political stir in the state. The state government constituted a special investigation team to investigate the case, and a public interest litigation was also filed by the central agency demanding a detailed inquiry. Meanwhile, on the other hand, the Bharatiya Janata Party sought the resignation of Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and has also demanded an investigation into the incident. Loket Chatterjee, BJP MP from Hooghly, has also claimed that about 20 people have been killed in the arson, but no one knows the actual number because no one is being allowed to enter in Birbhum. Director General of Police, West Bengal Manoj Malviya informed that 11 arrests have been made in the case so far. Moving on, the Supreme Court on Thursday transferred investigations of all criminal cases lodged by Maharashtra Police against former Commissioner Parambir Singh to Central Bureau of Investigation. The transfer was made so to hold an impartial probe to regain public confidence in the system. The court in its order stated that the transfer was made to understand the truth, who is at fault and how the scenario came to prevail. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi met External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar at Hyderabad House on Friday for delegation-level talks. Wang and Jaishankar visited the National Security Advisor Ajit Doval office in South Block before starting the meeting. The key objective of the visit is to restart physical engagement and invite Prime Minister Modi to the BRICS meet to be hosted by Beijing later this year. The United Nations General Assembly on Thursday adopted a resolution tabled by war-torn Ukraine on the humanitarian consequences of the aggression by Russia. India abstained on the resolution that was adopted in the 193-member assembly with 140 votes in favor, 5 against it, and 38 abstentions. The General Assembly resumed its 11th emergency special session on Ukraine and voted on Thursday on the draft resolution, Humanitarian Consequences of the Aggression against Ukraine. Issuing a statement soon after, India's permanent representative to the UN, T.S. Tirumurti, stated that India abstained on the resolution because what India requires now is to focus on cessation of the hostilities and urgent humanitarian assistance. The draft resolution did not fully reflect our expected focus on these challenges.
India continues to remain deeply concerned at the ongoing situation which has rapidly been deteriorating since the beginning of the hostilities. The conflict has resulted in death of civilians, and nearly 10 million people have either been displaced internally or moved to neighboring countries. We have constantly called for cessation of hostilities. The humanitarian situation continues to worsen, particularly in the conflict zones in urban areas. Women, children, and elderly are disproportionately affected by the prolonging of this conflict. We reiterate our call for immediate ceasefire. There is an urgent need to address the humanitarian needs of the affected population. In this regard, we support the initiatives of the UN and its agencies. We hope the international community will continue to respond positively to the humanitarian needs of the people of Ukraine, including through extending generous support to the Secretary General's flash appeal and the Regional Refugee Response Plan on Ukraine. India has already sent over 90 tons of humanitarian supplies to Ukraine and its neighbors as a part of the 9 separate tranches of humanitarian assistance delivered thus far. These supplies have included medicines and other essential relief material. We are in the process of sending further supplies in the coming days. India has ensured the safe return of about 22,500 Indians from Ukraine. To that end, we initiated Operation Ganga involving 90 flights. We have also assisted nationals from 18 other countries in that process. We are deeply appreciative of the facilitation rendered by the authorities of Ukraine and its neighboring countries in ensuring their safe return. Allow me to underscore that it is important that humanitarian action is always guided by the principles of humanitarian assistance, which is humanity, neutrality, impartiality, and independence. These measures should not be political.
India's projected economic growth for 2022 has been downgraded by over 2% to 4.6% by the United Nations. The drop is the result of the ongoing war in Ukraine. The UN Conference on the Trade and Development reported downgrade of its global economic growth projection for 2022 from 3.6% to 2.6% due to shocks from the Ukraine war and changes in macroeconomic policies, putting developing countries at risk. The United States on Thursday announced new sanctions on the entities and people in Russia and North Korea after the Pyongyang new ICBM missile test. Sanction has been imposed on individuals and organizations for transferring sensitive items to North Korea's missile program. The step was taken to impact the DPRK ability to advance its missile program. The State Department has also sanctioned the Russian entities called RD's Group, PFK, Provpodshipnik, and an Russian man named Igor Alexandrovich Michurin. Similarly, it is also sanctioned North Korea citizen R.I. Sung-chol and North Korea entity called Second Academy of Natural Science Foreign Affairs Bureau. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization on Thursday extended the term of Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg by a year until September 30, 2023, amid the Ukraine crisis. Notably, the decision came after U.S. President Joe Biden and other NATO leaders agreed to extend Stoltenberg's term at a NATO summit in Brussels. Following the announcement, Stoltenberg said that he is honored by the decision of the NATO leaders to extend his term. It may be mentioned that the former Norwegian Prime Minister was named to NATO's top civilian post in October 2014 and his mandate was due to expire in September. Prices of petrol and diesel on Friday once again hiked across the country after a gap of a day. It is to be mentioned that the petrol and diesel prices were hiked by 80 paise per litre in the national capital. The petrol and diesel in Delhi will now cost rupees 97.81 per litre and rupees 89.07 per litre respectively. Meanwhile, in Mumbai, the petrol price increased by 84 paise, sold at rupees 112.51 per litre, and after 85 paise hike, the price of diesel stood at rupees 96.70 per litre. Chennai also saw a jump in petrol and diesel prices by 76 paise per litre each, and now petrol will cost rupees 103.67 per litre and diesel at rupees 93.71 per litre. Furthermore, the petrol is priced at rupees 106.34 litre after an increase of 84 paise in Kolkata, and diesel is sold at rupees 91.42 litre after an increase of 80 paise. It is to be mentioned that this is the third increase in 4 days after a pause of over 4 months. Earlier on Thursday, the oil companies raised the prices of petrol and diesel. The Indraprastha Gas Limited increased the rate of compressed natural gas by rupees 1 per kilogram, while they also increased the price of domestic piped natural gas by rupees 1 per standard cubic meter, effective from Thursday. Thank you, viewers. That's all from NLTV News. Now, for more updates, keep watching Nagaland TV. Sob Manalaga Awas.
Nagaland TV, Sob Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Jio TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are on channel number 10 in Global Chapter, and for Kohima and Mokokchung viewers, switch to channel number 138 on Hornbill Digital. For all news